I'm Julia Storch, a senior English major at Davidson College, and I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. New Mexico has a larger native population than average, meaning I was exposed to my local tribes, such as the Navajo, the Pueblo people, and the Apache, at a young age. However, despite having access to Pueblos and their histories, as well as counting many Native Americans among my peers, I still absorbed many incorrect myths and stereotypes about Native Americans that I'm still working to eradicate to this day. To me, it seems that the best way to prevent this misinformation from taking hold and to interrupt the cycle of marginalization is to intervene with children before these stereotypes take hold. Mass media is such a powerful tool and unfortunately often used in ways which promotes negative effects. By creating this project, we hope to mitigate some of those effects and turn media into a tool for good.
Hi, I'm Danya Rangachar. I'm a sophomore and my majors are sociology and political science. I moved here from India last year for college, and I didn't know much about Native American history and how they are currently dealing with problems that they face in American society today either. So last year I took a Native American history class and I learned a lot about the past and how Native Americans were colonized by the Europeans and what they had to face in relation to genocide. But we also learned about how there's so many stereotypical portrayals of Native Americans in the media. And that's why I think that this project is really interesting and important. And on top of that, I think it's very important for us to reach a wide range of audiences, so resources for children, adults, and teachers, because this type of problem is prevalent all through our society, and it starts from a young age and it goes throughout. So that's why I think it's very important that we're making a website that's accessible to many different types of audiences, and I think it's important for us to raise awareness on this specific issue, considering that Native Americans are so marginalized in our society today.
Hello, my name is Ogi Abida and I am a sophomore at Davidson College and I'm studying Africana. One thing that made me really interested in this project is that I looked more into depth about the stereotypes and the negative portrayals of Native Americans. And this interest started in 7th grade, where we took up a project about a specific tribe within Native Americans, and I looked at the Iroquois in the eastern side of America, and I was definitely interested in the different cultures that they had. And one thing that really stood out to me is that we tend to generalize Native Americans, and we don't really consider that there are different types of cultures that they encompass. And one thing that I'm definitely passionate about in this project is that we as students understand that it's a painful process to have to relearn things that we are taught. Specifically as children, we are brainwashed to have these ideals without knowing that they are not portrayed in a positive light. And one thing our project is going to do is shed a light on the true history of Native Americans, and for children to start to have that understanding instead of them having to relearn. So that's why it's important to me.
Hi, I'm Kate Kilpatrick. I'm a sophomore sociology major at Davidson College. And this project is really important to me because growing up, I feel that I was not exposed to any of the factual information about Native Americans. I basically formed my entire interpretation of who Native Americans were from media portrayals, movies such as Pocahontas, Peter Pan, stuff like that, as well as the way educators portrayed Native Americans. And for example, when I was in elementary school, we had programs where over Thanksgiving, one group of people would dress up as the Indians and one group would dress up as the Pilgrims, and we would have like a feast and act like it was a happy occasion. So I felt that this was how I perceived the history of the Native Americans to be, and I learned about a very select few aspects of Native American culture, and that was my entire idea of Native American history. And I feel that now that I'm in college and I've learned way more about it, that I think that it's really important that at a young age we step in and intervene with children, because they develop these depictions that are from the media and from their educators that are not factual. And I wish that I had been exposed to this sort of information and interventions at a young age.